Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Andy Curtis. I am with Stall's Transfer Express, and today we are here to talk about 21 ways Transfer Express will help grow your business in 2018. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. This is going to be an exciting webinar. I've been doing the webinars for Transfer Express here for many, many, many years, and I can honestly say that this topic, every January, this topic is always my favorite one. There's so much new stuff that we try to put out every year, and so many new things we try to debut to the industry to make your lives easier out there in heat press land. And I sincerely hope that the 21 different tidbits I'm going to offer you today are useful to you and, dare I say it, even exciting. So for those of you who have joined us before, you know the drill. The chat box is on the left-hand side. If you have any questions, please feel free to type them in as we go. I do my best to answer your questions, and I will try to address you all when I see them. If you all get excited and there's a lot of talking, and I'm doing a lot of talking, then my helpers behind the scenes will help to answer the questions. So again, just type your question to the chat box, and there's a 50-50 shot I'll answer it, or my helper behind the curtain will answer it. There we go. There she is. So aside from that, we are also recording today's webinar, and the webinar will be posted up on our website. So you will be able to view this afterwards if you so desire. We're going to cover a lot of information. I don't think we're going to go like a full hour, 45 minutes today with this webinar. I think it's going to be a little bit on the faster side because there's not a lot of crazy details to talk about. It's a lot of overview of what we're changing and what we're doing this year to help make your lives easier. So, but if you do want to go back and watch it again, if you do have any questions that you missed during the proceedings here, the recording will be on our website within the next day or so. All right, so without any further ado, we are going to talk about 21 ways Transfer Express will help grow your business in 2018, aka what's new this year at Transfer Express. So before we actually get into all the things that we did to try and help make your guys' lives easier, all the things that we're doing, rolling out to you, I want to point out to everybody listening right now, whether you're live or you're watching a recording of this down the road, the important thing to note is the things that we roll out to you folks are the things that you guys ask for. Now, there are things that are requested every year that we would love to do that we're not necessarily able to do because of one constraint or another, but we do our best to listen to every single suggestion that comes in our suggestion box. We talk about every suggestion that comes in from you folks out there in heat press land, and we do our best to implement them. Some are realistic, some aren't, but the results are webinars like this, 21 things that we've done to help make your lives easier, and these 21 things all came from you. They all came from you guys, the listeners, the customers, the people who are purchasing the product. So if there's ever a time when you're sitting there thinking, gosh, I wish Transfer Express would fill in the blank, then I challenge you to call us up and tell us that, or shoot us an email. info@transferexpress.com goes straight to our marketing manager, straight to the marketing manager. So if you have suggestions, shoot an email to that address, tell her exactly what you wish we did or what you hope we would do someday, so on and so forth. And again, as we go through the webinar today, just keep in mind that that's where all of these things have come from, is suggestions and questions and desires from you all. So. All right, so enough jibber jabber. Let's go ahead and talk about what's new for this year, shall we? Number one, we've lowered our plus pricing. All right, so for those of you who are a little bit newer, let me explain. We have two kinds of screen print orders here at Transfer Express primarily. We've got Easy Prints and we've got Plus. An Easy Prints order refers to an order that has come out of our catalog. Easy Prints is when you select a layout and customize that layout. Plus is when you forego using our catalog and you send us your custom artwork. So when I say we've lowered our plus pricing, that means that artwork that you provide us with, artwork that you've decided not to use our catalog, you're sending us your custom art, we have lowered those prices up to 30%. up to 30% lower. This is a big deal. We have not decreased prices like this before. We have not done this with plus pricing ever before. As a matter of fact, I've been with the company 16 years, and I can say that this is a big thing. We've never done something like this, so definitely exciting for those of you who may have looked at custom orders before in the past but haven't pursued it because of pricing. On top of that, my little bullet points here at the bottom, no art charges. Send us what you have. No need to have vectorized art. So what I'm challenging you all here is this. There's a mentality out there that, well, I don't do custom orders because I don't have Corel Draw, I don't have Adobe, I can't send the artwork, blah, 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 blah. No, don't worry about it. Missing the point. You do not have to send us vectorized artwork. You don't have to send us beautiful, clear Corel, Adobe. You don't have to do this. There are no art charges. Send us your cocktail napkin sketch. Send us your bitmap. Send us whatever you got, doesn't matter. As long as we can tell what you're trying to do, we will make it work for you. And on top of that, there's going to be a 2-day turnaround on the custom transfers. We're going to talk about that more in a minute. But right now, the star of this slide is the fact that we've lowered the custom pricing 30%. So what we're hoping here is the input from you folks was that custom orders were a little bit prohibitive because of the pricing, that you found yourselves unable to compete, or that it was difficult to compete with screen printers because of the pricing of custom orders. This should greatly help that by decreasing that price up to 30%, depending on what bracket we're talking about there. So definitely a good thing. So to continue the thought process here, we wanted to throw out here a suggestion. So this particular tidbit here, this is more of a suggestion than a new development, but we just want to put it out there that you can save an additional $25 by taking your custom artwork and recreating it on our website in EasyView. So the example that I've given you here on the left is a custom piece of artwork that somebody sent to us. This is something that somebody wanted to do with us. It was custom artwork. And on the right-hand side, you see what we were able to put together using our layouts and our clip arts on transferexpress.com. And the irony here is, does it match 100%? No, the basketball, the little heart basketball is a smidge different. But in the end, they got exactly what they wanted. And because we give you full access to that 11¼ by 14 piece of paper that the transfer is printed on, not only did this person get to do their full front that they wanted, but they also had enough room to do a heart size of their Love Mentor Cardinals and had space to do a whole second Mentor Cardinals design. And the best part is it didn't cost them a single dollar extra. As a matter of fact, they saved because they chose not to do a custom order here. They instead chose to do something out of the catalog. So not only, how big is the paper again, Eric? It is 11¼ inches by 14, 11¼ by 14. But the point here is that not only have we lowered the pricing for our custom orders, but you can save an additional $25 by not doing custom anyway and just going straight to the catalog. And we're going to talk about how we've grown the catalog in a couple slides, so stay with me here on this one. All right, so that's point number 1. Number 2, we've lowered our number pricing. We've lowered our number pricing. So for those of you who have not used our screen printed numbers before, what are you waiting for? Our screen printed numbers are fantastic. We send you these numbers in packs of 5. And they are centered on these pieces of paper so that, as you can see in my pictures off to the right-hand side here, if you're doing a double-digit number, all you have to do is line up the 2 pieces of paper. It's real quick, simple, wham, bam, done. It's spaced perfectly so that you get a double digit with the right spacing, or you could do that with 3 digits even if you had a really massive jersey. Either way, the point is the numbers are all centered on the paper, and we offer a huge variety of styles and colors and combinations and all that good stuff. And we have decreased the price of our stock numbers by 15%. Again, this is one of those things that you guys asked for. Numbers are just one of those things that you never know when you're going to need. If you have a retail location, you never know when a sports team is going to walk into your shop. We are hoping that this 15% price decrease will make sports jerseys more attractive to people who haven't tried doing them before. We're hoping that it will also allow people to stock numbers for those who do a lot of numbering but don't necessarily stock it. So we're hoping that this is something exciting and useful to all of you out there who are more involved in the sports-related communities and so forth. So very exciting. We have lowered our number pricing by 15%. All right, number 3, the $5 processing fee on our orders under $24 has been eliminated. That's right. This is another one of those things that you guys requested. In the past, if you ordered something that ended up being under $24, there was always a $5 processing fee tacked on for the handling of the box and the processing of the shipping and so on and so forth. But we have eliminated the $5 processing fee. So that's exciting, huh? This means that you can order just one name for $1. You can order just one pack of numbers. You can order just one pack of the $3 cancer ribbons. Please note, however, that the shipping rates do still apply. So the shipping rates do still apply. We're not able to get away from the shipping rates, but we are able to eliminate that $5 processing fee. So this is absolutely exciting as well. I agree, Eric. It is a big deal. It's one of those things where if you do have that cruddy situation where you need another pack of fives, you had that little kid who joined the baseball team at the last humanly possible second, and they need a number 5, and guess what? You don't have any of. So the beautiful thing here is that being the case, I know, it never fails, right? So that being the case, you order your pack of fives. All you have to do is pay for the pack of fives and pay for shipping. So still annoying when it happens, but the point is we've made it at least $5 less painful for you. So that's not a bad thing, right? So that's point number 3 here on our 21 ways that we're helping you grow your business this year. And so point number 3, no more $5 processing fees on orders under $24. All right, point number 4, and I alluded to this one already, but now we'll talk about it for a hot second here. Faster turnaround time on screen printed plus orders. Faster turnaround time on screen printed plus orders. This one is funny for me because I've been here a long, long time. When I started with the company, we were proud to have our custom orders on a 5-day turnaround time. So 16 years ago, we were proud of a 5-day turnaround time. So 2018, mark your calendars. 2018, we have decreased our plus orders from 3 days to 2 days. So not only, if you're staying with me here, not only are we decreasing the pricing of the plus orders by 30%, but now we've knocked an entire day off of the plus orders. So think about what that means for a second. We're not only giving them to you cheaper, but we're giving them to you a whole day quicker. This should make custom orders attainable and easily doable for everybody out there. At least that's the goal. That's what we're hoping to achieve here. So originally, plus orders were on a 3-day turnaround time. Starting 2018, they are on a 2-day turnaround time. So that's a beautiful thing as well. All right. Point number 5, faster turnaround time for CAD prints digital transfers. So all of your CAD prints transfers are now on a 2-day turnaround time. So this is a beautiful thing as well. CAD prints are a fantastically useful product. For those of you who have not used CAD prints before, it is a film-based product as opposed to a screen print-based product. It's full color artwork being printed onto a piece of film and then CAD cut out so you can apply to your fabric. In the past, 3 days was the turnaround time for CAD prints orders, and we are now decreasing that to 2 days. So 2 days for all digital CAD prints transfers. So this is great because it allows for just another full color option for those of you who are looking to do full color as opposed to spot color. And Tom, I see your question here about price lists. I'm going to let my helper behind the curtain answer that question for you. David says, I'm loving the new lower price. I'm very motivated to offer more services to my customers. I'm glad to hear that, David. Good to hear. All right. So that's point number 5 is the faster turnaround time for the CAD prints digital transfers. All right, number 6, faster turnaround time for custom rhinestone transfers. So if you have not tried our rhinestones before, I encourage you to do so. Rhinestones are a fantastic do you want fries with that style product. Um, the rhinestones are a great way to complement spirit and cheer and different types of transfers you could be doing. We've seen some fantastic use of rhinestones on family reunion shirts as well, graduation shirts. There's a whole bunch of fun stuff you can do with rhinestones. And our rhinestones had been 5 days, and they are getting trimmed all the way down to 3 days. So that's pretty phenomenal. That's pretty cool, right? So 3 days for rhinestones, and I encourage you all to inquire about rhinestones with our customer service reps because starting this year we are also selling a rhinestone color selector. So for those of you who have looked at the rhinestones but are like, well, gosh, I don't really understand what they look like and what the colors are and blah, 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 we will have a rhinestone color chart available in 2018 as well for a minimal fee. So that's pretty cool too. So trying to make rhinestones easier for everybody. That's point number 6, faster turnaround time for custom rhinestones. And continuing with this theme, we've got a faster turnaround time for stretch litho transfers. So this is probably the one that some of you out there have not heard of or perhaps have not used or are not familiar with is the stretch litho. So what we're doing here with the stretch litho product is actually pretty darn cool. We are taking a full color piece of artwork like you see in the t-shirt in the photograph here. We're taking the full color art and we're printing down the full color die, the actual colors, onto a piece of paper and then screen printing on top of that. So the resulting transfer is full color, gorgeous artwork, but has the texture and the thickness of screen print. The stretch litho product also has a fantastic stretch and rebound capacity. It's a really great solution to a lot of problems, the stretch litho. And on top of it, I tend to like using the stretch litho for the hard sizes, in my personal opinion, left chests. I think that's absolutely fantastic. And we all know how there's a lot of garments out there these days that have a lot of stretch to them, so that makes it even more useful. Dave is asking, or I'm sorry, Candy says, what's the wash time for stretch litho? You know what? The wash time, essentially, the answer I would give you there, Candy, is that it lasts the life of the garment. You do not have to worry about the stretch litho falling off or cracking apart or anything like that. The stretch litho will live as long as the garment does. Dave Evans is asking, will you be doing prints for sublimation? You know what, David? Actually, no, I do not have any sublimation options here in the webinar, not this year at least, but you never know what's to come. And actually, to that point, Dave, if you have any suggestions or things you would like to see, do not hesitate to email us, info@transferexpress.com, and tell us exactly what you're looking for and what you hope we would do with sublimation or what have you. All right, so that's point number 7, folks, out of 21. Faster turnaround time on stretch litho transfers. Okay, so now this is my favorite slide. Number 8, 2 manufacturing plants to serve you. So I don't know if everyone's heard this or not yet. If you haven't, then here it is. If you are west of the Mississippi, your orders will begin to be produced and shipped from our Arizona facility in Chandler, Arizona. If I sound excited about this, it's because there has been a lot of work that has gone into setting up our Arizona facility. AZ represent. Our Arizona folks are willing and ready to serve you if you live west of the Mississippi. So the Arizona facility is staffed, it is trained, it is ready to go. Faster shipping for those of you in Colorado, absolutely. Those of you west of the Mississippi. For those of you who are east of the Mississippi, you will continue to be served by our Mentor, Ohio facility, where I am coming to you from. Texas, actually, Tom, good question. Texas is actually coming out of our Arizona facility, so no, it should be faster for you in Texas, depending on the part of Texas that you are from. How about in Canada, Robert? So Canada will continue to come out of our Ohio facility for the time being. And the turnaround time is based on where you are at in Canada. We have a next day service and we've got a ground service, but the dealer service reps can give you a little bit more detail about that than I can. So Kelly, your turnaround time you're looking at ground would be 2 days. And Karen's asking about the UK. You know what, Karen? UK, you are going to want to call us up and talk to the customer service team about that. Or there you go, my helper behind the curtains gotcha. Target Transfers in the UK is who you're going to want to talk to. But anyway, so the important thing to note here, folks, is that our Arizona facility is up and running and growing. We have plans to continue to grow the Arizona facility. Eventually, it will be a full-blown copy of Transfer Express. Right now, it's just producing the transfers. All of your ordering and graphic design work will still be done here in Ohio, and then all the production work will be done in Arizona for those of you who are west of the Mississippi. Since I live in Chandler, can I pick up my future orders? Absolutely, Raymond. You can certainly do that. That would be a good question for our customer service reps. They can tell you how you can make accommodations to pick your orders up in Chandler. But anyway, we are really excited about this one, guys. For those of you who are east of the Mississippi, I know this may not be interesting for you at all, but it's still pretty cool, right? It's just another example of how we are doing our best to figure out how to better serve you folks. All right, so that is number 8, is 2 manufacturing facilities to serve you. Number 9, LA Hot. Okay, so this one is maybe only exciting if you live in Los Angeles, but for those of you who are in Los Angeles, the Arizona facility has the ability to ship your product LA Hot. LA Hot arrives in just 1 day. So how cool is this that we're based in Ohio, we're an Ohio-based company. You can call us up in Ohio, you can place your order, and it arrives in just 1 day using the LA Hot. Of course, depending on what you order and our catalog orders versus plus orders and all that good stuff. But still, the point is the LA Hot shipping method arrives from Arizona in just 1 day. Tom, no, you know what? The cutoff times for Arizona are still the same cutoff times. So again, if you're living in Los Angeles, if you work in the greater Los Angeles area, and if you have questions about exactly how far out the LA Hot goes, don't hesitate to call up the customer service reps and ask. The borders of that, there's certain zip codes that it services and certain ones that it doesn't. So don't hesitate to call up the customer service department and get some clarification on where exactly you lie if you are out there in the Los Angeles area. But still a really cool option for those of you who are out there. All right, so that's number 9. We're offering LA Hot. Number 10, Augusta Apparel. Augusta Apparel is, this is exciting because about this time last year, I think, actually, we were talking about debuting Transfer Express Apparel, how we were starting to sell apparel through our facility here at Transfer Express. Now, not only are we selling just general apparel, but we are also selling Augusta Apparel. So this is cool because it's just more ways that those of you who've never dipped your toe into the pool that is sportswear. It's a way for you guys to get into it in a less threatening way. It's another way we can help you do your first baseball team, your first basketball team, your first sports team, etc. By offering you the ability to order the transfers and the apparel all from the same place. And I don't have a screenshot of it here for you, but what excites me is that if you go on to our Easy View function on our website, our online design tool, you can actually design a jersey right there on the Augusta Apparel on the website. So that's exciting stuff in and of itself. Candy's asking, do you screen print direct onto the shirts? And you know what, Candy, that is not a service we offer yet at this point. Maybe someday, who knows, but not yet. And I would encourage you, Candy, to do the same thing that I encouraged the gentleman earlier, is that if you have ideas and input, email your input to info@transferexpress.com. But in the meantime, if you have not yet had a chance to explore the Augusta Apparel, then I encourage you to go log on to transferexpress.com using your dealer ID number and your password. Go to the apparel section, and you will find that within the apparel section, Augusta has its whole section, has a whole section of its own. And for those of you who are sitting there thinking, well, you know, I'm not really interested in doing sportswear, I still encourage you to go check out the Augusta Apparel section because it is more than sportswear. They do have a neat selection of bags and hats and some towels and some other tidbits as well. So I would encourage you to check out all of the Augusta Apparel offerings. There are quite a bit out there. So that's number 10 on our list of how we're helping you this year. New things for 2018 is Augusta Apparel. Number 11, welcome back Pearl Prints. So for those of you who've been around for a little while, you might remember Pearl Prints when we came out with them a little while back. We discontinued the product at one point so we could sort of laser in on certain product offerings to all of you, but you shocked us all when you guys all said that, hey, I want Pearl Prints back. So welcome back, Pearl Prince. And I'm happy to say also that not only did we bring the Pearl Prince back, but we sort of reanalyzed the colors that were being offered. We realized that some of the colors that were being offered in the Pearl Prince were kind of weird. They didn't really go with the rest of our colors out there. And it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. It didn't go necessarily. So what we've done is we've re-released Pearl Prints with 6 colors that do jive with our stock colors. And T-shirt lady, that is such a fantastic question. What are Pearl Prints? Pearl Prints are a plastisol ink, and she nailed it right on the head. She's asking, is it like glitter? You know what? Actually, T-shirt lady, the Pearl Prints are sort of a glitter substitute almost. For people who want some bling, they want some glitz and glam, but you don't want to go as far out there as glitter, like honest to gosh glitter. The Pearl Prints have a fantastic fashion sheen to them. And what I personally like about the Pearl Prints is they feel like our goof proof, so they're very easy to apply. They have a great texture to them. My personal favorite color is the copper. That pearl copper is sharp. And what's cool is it's a way to get a real blingy look, a real eye-grabbing look without being too feminine. Because we know that there are, the boys aren't going to wear glitter necessarily. The pearl is great because it adds that glitz and glam without being ultra feminine. So that's pretty cool. David, will you offer black in the future? I would like that for tone on tone. David, it's funny that you say that. We did experiment with some black glitter, or I'm sorry, not black glitter, black pearl print. We did not release it necessarily, but if you want black pearl prints, I would encourage you to email that to our marketing department because that is exactly the kind of feedback they need to have. So something we could keep experimenting with if it is something that people do want. But in the meantime, number 11, black pearl, or I'm sorry, not black pearl prints. We've brought back pearl prints. So number 11 is we've brought back pearl prints. All right. Number 12, welcome back puff prints. So in addition to continuing that theme where we prints, we've also brought back puff. This is another one of those things that we eliminated it at one point because we were trying to focus in on what you all wanted, what we thought you all wanted, and the response was, hey, we want you to bring Puff back. Nice one, yay. Thank you, Tom. So for those of you who have not had Puff, here's how this goes. And good question, Kelly, is the Puff prints screen print? Yes, Kelly, indeed it is. So here is the explanation for Puff. The way Puff works is you can mix the Puff white or the Puff black with any of our flat goof-proof colors. So it's all screen print. The other colors will all be flat. The black or the white can be puffed up. Now, again, I'm going to put it out there that if you're sitting there going, God, I wish you guys offered a Puff royal blue or a puff red or whatever color, that's again another tidbit you're going to want to email to our marketing department, info@transferexpress.com, and let them know what you would like to see. At this point in time, only the colors black and white can puff up. Now the application instructions for puff are just a little bit different than our other screen print instructions. This is a cold peel, and you want to make sure when you press the puff transfers, you want to make sure that you peel it cold, or I'm sorry, it's not a cold peel, it's an immediate peel. But you want to make sure that after you peel the puff, you don't immediately start poking at it. Puff is one of those products where you peel it, you let it set for just a couple seconds, let the chemical reaction do its thing where it actually puffs up, does what it needs to do. But after a couple seconds have gone by and the chemicals had its chance to expand, then you touch it all you want. But you just make sure you don't start jamming your fingers on it the minute you peel it. It's kind of like Mr. Whipple and don't squeeze the Charmin, right? No touchy. There you go. Just for a split second. And that's just my input. We throughout training here at Transfer Express, we sort of experienced that people would get really excited and they press their puff transfer and then peel it and start squeezing it and poking at it. And you got to give it just half a second. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Tom. My Mr. Whipple reference there, right? All right, so that's number 12 is Transfer Express has brought back the puff transfers per your request. And Candy's asking, is there a price difference with the puff and the pearl? As a matter of fact, Candy, there is a price difference. The Goof Proof, the Hot Split, and the Polytrans transfers are all at a lower price bracket. And then the Elasti prints, the glitter, the pearl, and the puff, and the next product we're going to talk about are all at a slightly higher price bracket. It's not too badly off. It's just a little bit. But yes, the specialty transfers, there is just a smidge up on the pricing there. All right. Number 13, Transfer Express has brought back glow in the dark. So the glow in the dark transfers are a lot of fun. The equation that we had back in the day when we did this the first time is that for every 2 hours that your transfer sits under a light source, it will glow for 1 hour. And no, it doesn't need to sit under anything special. It can sit outside. It can sit under fluorescent lights or just office lights or anything. But just like any glow-in-the-dark product, it does need to charge up a little bit, so it needs to sit under some light before it will properly glow. Glow-in-the-dark product is a nice green glowy color. When it is not glowing, when it's just on the garment under a regular light source, it is white, more or less. It does have kind of light greeny tint to it. For those of you who've seen glow-in-the-dark stuff before, any of us who are children of the 80s, we all know exactly what I'm talking about. It's got that sort of greeny off-white color, but the glow-in-the-dark product is fantastic. It reacts to black light. It glows in the dark. It's one of those fun things that it's never going to be a fortune maker for you, but it's a neat thing to be able to offer your customers. For the people who are looking for something different, at least it's a good option. And they're doing all sorts of crazy things these days with kids, these blackout dances at schools and that kind of stuff. And you see the example here is a Midnight Madness basketball tournament, so you never know. But anyway, so that's number 13 on our list of 21 ways we're helping you grow your business is bringing back glow in the dark. Number 14, Elasti Prints Clear. Elasti Prints Clear. So stay with me on this one. For those of you who have had Elasti Prints before, you may know that the Elasti Prints requires you to have a common backing color, meaning that if your colors are red, white, and blue, the way it's worked in the past is that either the red, the white, or the blue has to outline the entire Elasti print. Well, we understand, of course, that there are those of you who said, well, gosh, I don't want to do that. And of course, our response always was, well, there's nothing we can do. This is how the product has to be. Well, we have found a way around it. We are offering Elasti Prints Clear. So if you have your red, white, and blue artwork and you're sitting there going, well, gosh, I really don't want to add a red, a white, or a blue outline, you can add clear as a color to your Elasti print, and you can choose to back your Elasti print in clear. So the good news then is you don't have an obtrusive outline going around everything that throws off your artwork or the art requirements for your customer. In the end, this is just one of those things that we're offering to try and make your lives easier, to try and give you all solutions for those times where you're trying to do something specific and you have a picky customer or somebody that's looking for something very specific. So for those of you who are sticking with me and who understand what we're talking about, the clear is considered a separate color, all right? And this is only for multi-colors. This isn't something you're going to want to use for just single color. So Kelly's got a good question here. Does it leave a bubble around the entire design? It's not a bubble, Kelly. It's a contoured clear outline. And Marlena, I'm going to leave that question for our helper behind the curtain to see if she knows where that shirt comes from, because honestly, Marlena, off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I would bet you it's probably one of ours, but I don't know off the top of my head. Anyway, so Kelly, what I was saying is that it is a contoured outline, so no, it's not just this big clear bubble around everything. Drew's asking if this is only for light color garments. No, Drew, no. The Elasti Prints is for everything. The Elasti Prints goes on cotton and polyester and blends. It goes on lights and darks. The Elasti Prints has a fantastic rebound to it, and All of the features and benefits that the Elasti prints has always had, they continue. It's just we're adding this extra little tidbit for you where you can outline it in clear and not throw off your color placement. So this is kind of a shout out for the people who've had to do this in the past with their Elasti prints and had that painful situation where you have to choose an outline color and you don't want to. So for those people, it's a treat. And there's your answer, Marlena. It's Augusta Apparel. All right, so that's number 14 on our list is adding Elasti Prints Clear for your Elasti Prints needs. All right, guys. Number 15, Aqua Tru with dye block capabilities. Aqua Tru. So I'm sure there's a couple of you sitting there going, ooh, what's this? So Aqua Tru is the name of a brand new product, and this is so cool because this is another thing that we have been working so hard on. And again, this is at your guys' request. This is what you guys are asking for, and we're trying to deliver. Aqua Tru is a water-based ink transfer, and it can apply to spandex and lycra and nylon. Not only that, but because it's water-based, the Aqua Tru is crazy soft, has a great stretch to it. It goes on at a low application temperature, and on top of it, I know one of you guys asked this earlier in the webinar. The paper that we print the Aqua Tru on, the paper is actually 12 inches by 19 inches. So on top of it, the Aqua Tru has a much larger piece of paper for all of your gang sheet needs. And you know what, T-shirt lady, I'm going to let my helper behind the curtain answer that question too. But anyway, the water-based Aqua Tru transfers are so exciting because this is one of those future of screen printing things. We all know that Plastisol ink is not exactly something that is environmentally friendly. Plastisol itself still has some of those chemicals in it that you definitely can't consider green. So the water-based transfers allow you to have a green product, a product that has a lot less harmful chemicals involved in it, on top of the fact that it's just softer and stretchy and nice to the touch. What is the price point, Krista? That's kind of a complicated question, but we have the Aqua Tru in our new price guides that are going out. So when you get your price guide, you will see the Aqua Tru pricing in there. It's easier than trying to give it to you over the webinar here, I promise. But anyway, so this is super exciting, guys. And on top of all of that, I totally forgot to mention that the Aqua Tru has dye block available to it. So basically, we have a chemical that we can run underneath the rest of the colors that will prevent it from bleeding. So it's truly, this is going to be one of those products. And it's a screen print product. It's not a full color. It is a screen print process. This is going to be one of those products that there's just so many things you can do for it, so many things you can do with it, and there's so many problems that you can come across in your day-to-day life as a screen printer that we would be able to help you with by using this product. So this is a lot of fun for us. And Eric's got a good question. Is the dye block considered a separate color? The dye block is a separate color, Eric. It is considered a separate color for the sake of pricing. And that's a good thing because you don't necessarily need to pay for it if you're putting on like a white or a light colored garment. So we're not forcing you to pay for another chemical you don't need necessarily. So anyway, so Aqua Tru with dye block capabilities is number 15, and number 16 is Aqua Tru Numbers with dye block. So for those of you who are going to be doing lycra or spandex, I can't believe how many benefits this product has. And as somebody who worked in our customer service department for many, 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 many years, it is so cool to be able to tell all of you out there now that we have a screen print product that will work on nylon, lycra, and spandex. This is so cool. And now that we're going to be carrying Aqua Tru Numbers, we'll truly be able to do nylon or lycra or spandex jerseys. And what's funny is, as you watch the sportswear industry and you watch what people are doing, the performance wear, the nylon and the lycra and the stretchy stuff, it's all becoming so much more commonplace, and you can't transfers on that stuff. So this is, again, this is just a real cool option that we're adding to the mix here. So soft and stretchy and durable, and it's a green product. It's all water-based instead of plastisol-based. So Aqua Tru is going to be the new thing, folks. Aqua Tru. So when you get your samples, make sure to try it out and play with it. But we will be adding Aqua Tru Numbers in the Champ and Avalon styles, and all the major colors and sizes will be available. So that is number 16, and it was also sort of number 15. So number 17, we are adding 4 new ink colors for your color pleasure here at Transfer Express. So we are adding metallic rose gold, cyan, jag green, and mint. Metallic rose gold. So for those of you who are looking at that and going, what in the world are you talking about? There is a very popular brand of cell phone out there that I won't name names, but let's, there you go, some excitement already. Let's just say that this very popular brand of cell phone offered rose gold in their phones this past model year, and rose gold became, see, shameless rose gold lover here. Good for you, Marlena. Well, we've got your color now. Rose gold is just one of those colors that in popular culture started appearing, and Kelly too, see, all right. So rose gold was one of those fun things where we found a great formulation for it, and it looks just like the rose gold that you have come to know and love, so that's pretty cool. Cyan and mint are 2 of the most popular colors that you folks out there in Heat Press Land had us custom mix last year. We mixed more cyan and mint than anything else, so we thought that adding cyan and mint was a fun thing to do for those of you who had to pay extra to, oh, there you go. See, Jerry, excited about the mint. These are colors that a lot of you paid extra for to mix last year, and we are adding to our color palette, so you do not have to pay extra anymore. So that's pretty cool, right? And Jag Green, we feel, kind of goes with everything else there. It was one of those colors that made sense with the color palette. So all the Harry Styles fans love it. Okay, I'm gonna leave you to that one, Tom. I don't have kids, so. All right, so that's number 17 is new colors here at Transfer Express, 4 of them. And that does bring our total to 80 stock colors for those of you who are keeping track. All right, number 18, we are adding 18 new Champ Pro color choices. So Champ Pro is the Elasti print stock numbers that we carry. So if you ever need Elasti print numbers, Champ Pro is recommended for performance wear and 100% polyester because it goes on at that lower temperature. So this means that it doesn't leave those heat press marks when you have something that's temperature sensitive. So the Champ Pro, we had a very limited number of colors when we released it, and through your requests, these are the colors that you all requested. These are the ones that you guys wanted to see. We are releasing a whole bunch of new color choices with the Champ Pro. So if you see a color combination up here that you asked for, then hey, good for you. If you don't see what you're looking for, then shoot an email to our marketing department, let them know what you are looking for, and this is how we come up with our new colors, is based on the requests that come in. So 18 new colors for our Champ Pro, so this is very fun also. Number 19, 250 new Easy Prints layouts. 250. So total, we now have over 5,000 layouts. Needless to say, our catalog is not going to have all 5,000 layouts. The 5,000 layouts are going to be on the website. Our catalog every year contains the most popular layouts and the new layouts. But every year we do our darndest to add layouts that you guys will find appealing. We have graphic designers whose task is to stay on top of trends and what's hot, and we do our best to bring to you the things that you guys want to see. We try to come out with layouts that are appealing to what's hip right now. We also try to add layouts in the things that you guys ask for the most, like baseball and football, for example. So again, this is one of those things that you guys drive. So 250 new Easy Prints layouts, and they will be in the catalog and on the website. And to go along with that, I have another amount here to share with you. But before I do, Frank, good. Dilly dilly indeed, Frank. That's not on here quite yet, but I'm not gonna go there right now. Um, all right, so for those of you who are keeping track, um, there was a question posted on our Facebook page about how many clip arts we have. Oh, we do have a dilly dilly layout. Oh, see, forgive me, I'm the one printing it back there. I didn't realize there was a layout. There you go. For those of you who keep track of our Facebook page, we asked a question about how many clip arts we have here at Transfer Express. So I've got the answer to that question here now. Drum roll, please. So there are 800 new clip arts being added, which brings our total to 10,450 clip arts total. 10,450 clip arts total. That is a lot of clip art, and adding 800 new pieces this year. Our graphic design folks were busy people. Busy people. So this is pretty cool stuff. I wish I could take the time to show you all the different clip arts that we've added this year. There are a ton. There are a ton of clip arts in a whole bunch of different categories. I don't have nearly enough space on my slide to show you all of them even. So what we did here is just sort of take a snippet of our clip art catalog to show you some of the things that we've tacked on. But anyway, so we have added 800 new pieces of clip art, bringing our total to 10,450. This makes your life easier because now it expands your ability to do custom transfers for somebody without necessarily having to pay for custom transfers. You can do it out of our catalog instead. If you recall, back to slide number 1, I had pointed out that we did decrease our custom transfer pricing, but you can decrease your costs another 25 bucks instead of using custom, you use the artwork out of our catalog. So by adding another 800 clip arts, this makes your life easier because it gives you a better chance of being able to use the stuff in our catalog instead of having to pay for custom. Number 21, we've added 11 new fonts, and they are pictured here: Odyssey, Grunge, Billboard, Magnolia Sky. Can anyone say cool? I think that's pretty slick. Magnolia Sky is cool. Bromello is cool. Waltograph. I'm sure I don't have to explain Waltograph to anybody, right? Right. Um, no, Eric, we didn't add papyrus. You know, papyrus is super thin. It's very thin and skinny, and it's a little bit hard to screen print. So, Krista, I love Magnolia Sky. Just used it the other day. You know what? Magnolia Sky is a fantastic font. I wouldn't want to do it too small because some of those little connectors are a little bit on the thin side. But I also want to share with you all, and I'm just going to put this out there, and don't tell our marketing department that I told you, but one of the things that's going to be happening this year is we are going to be bringing new fonts to you continuously throughout 2018. The new fonts will not just be right now at the beginning of the year. We are going to be rolling these new fonts out to you all year round. So these 11 are going to be in the catalog right now. They're ready to go right now. But every month we will be adding another 3 or 4 fonts to the offering. So that's going to be a whole another 12 fonts or so, if not more, that we will be tacking on, or not 12, I'm sorry, 36 fonts that we tack on throughout the course of the year. So just putting it out there to everybody that fonts, we hear you. We understand that you wish we offered more fonts, more scripts, more creative, more artsy stuff. We will be absolutely doing that. These are the 11 you'll be starting with, and then we've got a whole bunch more as the year goes on that we'll be adding. Again, we've listened to your requests, and if you have fonts that you wish that we did, then please feel free to shoot us an email, info@transferexpress.com. Let us know what fonts you wish we did have. It's one of those where I can't promise everything, but we'll certainly look into any suggestions that you guys have. So that is, Eric says papyrus was a joke. Don't worry about that, Eric. Papyrus is a little bit on the rough side. All right, so that's number 21. Number 22. So this is a little extra since this webinar was 21 ways, but this is slide number 22. So a couple little extra things that we are doing this year. The lower platen, the heated lower platen for the Hotronics presses. The Fusion IQ is also new. These are two neat little tidbits from our folks over at our Hotronics facility. On the right-hand side, that heated lower platen, this is pretty slick. It actually you'll notice that there's a little control panel connected to this lower platen because it is a heated lower platen. So this is compatible with the 16 by 20 Hotronics auto open machines, the Max clam presses, and the Air Fusion models, so just about everything. It eliminates some of that scorching on the heat sensitive stuff because you're heating it from both sides. And it does provide a great even heat on that lower side. So this is a great tool for those of you who've had some of those issues out there. Another strategy for how to overcome heat press scorching and heat sensitivity and all that stuff. And our Fusion IQ, this is pretty cool. I think the best way to explain this to you is by saying that the Fusion IQ is like it's our Hotronics Fusion with a brain. There's a lot of fun stuff, and we'll talk about it more throughout the year as we do more webinars. But the Fusion IQ has a whole bunch of neat little tools and tidbits and features, and there's a lot of neat stuff that it does, helping you keep track of where it's at and what you've done on it, and it's a lot of neat stuff. So just more things that we're going to be offering to you. Whew, okay. All right, so I will admit that this webinar went a little longer than I intended it to because I talked too much, but I hope everybody got something interesting out of the webinar. I hope there's something that you're all looking forward to, and I hope that either I or my helper behind the curtain has answered all of your questions. Thank you all for coming. If you don't get anything else out of what I've said today, it's that you all out there in listing land, you guys who are running the heat presses, you are the ones who are driving what we do here at Transfer Express. If you don't see something you wish you did see, then please tell us. info@transferexpress.com, hit us up or call us. Our customer service reps love to have these conversations where you guys have ideas and suggestions. That's one of their favorite kinds of phone calls. So 1-800-622-2280. Call us up. Also get a hold of us on social media. Our marketing department runs a fantastic Facebook page, very interactive, lots of fun stuff going on over there. And if you have never visited our blog is absolutely chock full of different suggestions and ideas and new stuff and success stories and all sorts of fun things. Our blog is fantastic, so I encourage you all to go hit our blog at blog.transferexpress.com. And I will leave you all with this final thought. Our next webinar is going to be February 8th at 2 p.m. as usual. I will be joining you for print and sell wedding favors and bridal gifts. So just another thing you can do with your heat press to get some extra cash. This is one of those webinars where our goal is just to put some ideas out there in your head. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for coming along. You were a fun crowd, and I will talk to you all in February. Thanks, guys.